Hello everyone, and today I'm gonna talk about why am I planning to make my own Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. Okay. Yes, I was planning to make my own Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. Yes. My first Five Nights at Freddy's fan game was supposed to be my One Night at Flumpty's fan game called One Night at Blam's Alexander's. Yeah, that just got cancelled right now because I didn't join the Flumpty's fandom anymore. At least I enjoy One Night at Flumpty's, but this time I'm moving on to a bigger place. Such as the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom. Of course, I enjoy Five Nights at Freddy's since I was 6. Yes. I don't know if I was 6, the 2014 just came out. Yes. I just first saw Five Nights at Freddy's, the first game, since I was at the hospital, since my doctor is trying to give me a checkup. Then I just saw in my auntie's iPhone, it is exactly the real Five Nights at Freddy's. I thought Freddy was supposed to be a cartoon cat, but it turns out to be a bear. Yes. Exactly about the point. After a lot of years being in the Five Nights at Freddy's fandom, yes, I enjoy it a lot. Then I just plan to make my own Five Nights at Freddy's fan game, just like Emil Mako created Five Nights at Candy's, Pop Ghost was created by Kane Carter, Nixon created The Joy of Creation, and Jonachrome created One Night at Flumpty's. Yes, they're from the Fazbear Fanverse. You already saw it since 2019 about the Fazbear Fanverse initiative. Yes, of course, I'm gonna make my own Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. I sure do saw Five Nights at Treasure Island based on a creepypasta called Abandoned by Disney. Of course, I just wanted to make my own Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. I just saw other fan games such as The Return to Freddy's. In their mascot is Lockjaw and Nightmare at Charles. The Orange Rabbit created by Andrew. Some other fan games like Five Nights at Gypsies. Something else like Five Nights at Sonic's, Fun Times at Homer's. All kinds of Five Nights at Freddy's fan games I discovered. And also the old game that called Chipper and Sons. Yeah, the creators of Baby's Nightmare Circus, Mixless, created Chipper and Sons into a Five Nights at Freddy's game during the night called Tyke and Sons Lumber Go. It has the mechanics of Five Nights at Freddy's 4. Of course, you have to shine your light, you have to close, and keep an ear on something is currently going after you. And now I'm gonna explain why am I going to make my own Five Nights at Freddy's fan game called Five Nights at Blam's. Yes, of course, it's about me and my old friends. It's in the screen, you see. Yes, they're in the game. Well, for the main part, I was trying to make a Five Nights at Freddy's fan game since July. Late July. Because it's almost since it's almost August 8 when it's July, it means it's currently have 12 days before Five Nights at Freddy's 10th anniversary. I just wanted to make my own fan game. Yes. First off, I just used Five Nights at Freddy's engine, as I already said you since the live stream. Yeah, Five Nights at Freddy's engine is a Five Nights at Freddy's maker game without coding. But actually, instead of programming, you have to set up everything. But for me, it's quite hard, and turns out it was not useful for me. I just joined the asynchronous server, but someone else doesn't kinda help me. That's why I decided to scrap the idea of using the game from FNAF engine. This time, I have heard about Scratch. Scratch is a program from the website for education for children who wants to make their own games and animation. Yes, it turns into a social media for other people if they want to try out. But it was mostly used for school and education. And now in the next generation, they'll use it for social too. Yes, I have seen about those videos about Five Nights at Freddy's games in Scratch. Yes, I played some Five Nights at Freddy's Scratch like Five Nights at Scrolls. Shout out to Mr. S. Yeah, the creator of Five Nights at Scrolls. He's really good at making games. The Sparks, some other fan games. Yes, I just played a lot of Scratch FNAF fan games. As you see in the record, sometimes some other fan games like Bob's Burgers that was based on the TV show sitcom Bob's Burgers just kind of broke after the jump scare. The dog is not actually working properly. It acts out like it's kind of nothing and the clock stays like this, and after I just opened the panel, it just jump scared me and it kind of looks not scary. It's like really goofy ass because it's not that scary. It's like a surprise and it's like that. And I have seen Dawko play Poppy and the Buddies too. I just heard about Poppy and the Buddies one created by Plain Trace. Yeah, shout out to him. He just made a video about FNAF fan games that people that didn't play. I've tried out Poppy and the Buddies one. It looked like a good game. He said the graphics is pixelated. It's because Doko said the game was created in Scratch. And yes, it is a Scratch game. Yes. Of course, the Scratch games are like decent, and instead of text like Python, some other codes, it has block codes. Yes, you have to use a building blocks to make it run properly from the game. Yes. So about Scratch, I just found another alternative. It was turned out to be an add-on for Scratch, which is called Turbo Warp. As you don't know what Turbo Warp is like a add-on for Scratch that has a lot of things to add. And yes, it has everything that it has in mind. I don't know if it has the additional blocks of Game Jolt blocks, because I just wanted to plan to add achievements and also some people to sign in and like that, but it's quite hard. But soon I need someone to help me for the game. Yes, I have a lot of help from my friends out there, and also really I appreciate it. So about how I make this game, it was turned out to be a FNAF engine game, but it was scrapped because it wasn't really worth it. And of course, I just moved on to Scratch, also known as Turbo Warp, a FNAF engine that was only used blocks. I accidentally said that. It's actually just a programming thingy, just use blocks for code and programming with scripts, costumes, and sounds. Yeah, it was like a simple game engine to me. So as reason why I created this demo known as to be the playable teaser, well, yes, of course, this game was supposed to be a prologue before the main game. Yes, both prologue and the main game will be in the same game page, just like A Terrible Night with Mr. Glass Joe's second game playable teaser, where instead of you have to feel like you're playing a 8-bit Atari game, you're gonna be in like somewhat cutscene from where you are driving in the car or riding in a taxi, arriving in the place where you were hired. The intro was supposed to be that Sasaki Sakura was looking at TV and saw a newspaper but was scrapped, but I could just create a gotcha animation or animatic where she was watching TV and see this, and it could be the teaser trailer, I guess. And yes, of course, this will be the trailer for the upcoming teaser game, playable teaser known as to be a demo. Of course, the plan of Sasaki Sakura looking at the TV, saw advertisements, accepted the claims of being hired as a security guard, will be a teaser trailer for the playable teaser known as to be the demo. I'll just call it as a demo because it will be great. Of course, about the game, yes. I just first use test as called text in the title and test. As I test out, it should be a test first before moving on to the main game. Not the main game, the main playable demo. The demo, of course. As it turns out, it looks successfully and looks good. Yes, it looks really running smoothly. Like, I already did the main menu. Shout out to Nakari Doll. Yes, she helped me for the menu and the tips menu. Actually, I need someone to help me, like Pale Green. Yes, I want him to help me about this. I don't know if he could help me, and yes, I want him to help me. And to be honest, he is a good YouTuber, by the way, and his art style was really good and have a great content. Yes, I add him to the game, and here's some things you might know. About the phantoms, yes. There's only one phantom in the game called Errors 666. Yes, I call this because I'm quite religious, but I don't want to say 6 3 times. That's why I'll say 666 because I don't want to be consequences by the devil, because I just wanted to become religious. I love the Lord, but I love also all the creations He got. Yes, apparently I just created an idea to. That's why I had this anxiety bar and the idea to use a flashlight, but it could be like I need help for it. To activate the flashlight is to press and hold F, and I need someone to help me from the game. So apparently it looks really good, and I sure really need help. Okay, about this playable demo, yes, it was first out as a cutscene. You already saw the text engine cutscene where Elite met Sasaki, and after that she begins to explore the place and going to find the key to enter the pizza place. And after she had to use the checklist to see if the animatronics are good, checking parts and service, and next stop, check the animatronics again. I don't know if I could add that or not, or maybe the other concept, maybe she'll check out all the rooms, I think, and finally she will be greeted by a android robot. I don't know what to pick. Maybe it's Shiny Wave Tube or Nakari Doll. Maybe one of them will saw them and could be an animation. She'll approach the player and starts the chasing scenery, and you have to find the power room where it was according to your checklist. You have to approachly go to the power room as your hiding place, and this is where you greet from a monitor who said you want that needs to click to refill the generator. Yes, the computer was connected to the generator outside. Unfortunately, I cannot add the wires because for the fun fact, it was wireless connection. It has a wireless connection. And you have to do what the tips menu said, survive until the bar is up, and you will be greeted to a cutscene that Sasaki Sakura just starts her shift. And the end screen scrolls down, you unlock the extras menu. Of course, it'll be like a great Five Nights at Freddy's fan game demo ever created. But I don't know if I could make it great, but to be sure, I will make the game really great. It will take me a lot of time because it will sometimes have bugs or something. If it has bugs, I might have to freak out. That's why sometimes I could do it very well, but trust me, I could make the game really good. But sometimes I need help. If someone could help me from the programming, I will add you to the group chat on Discord. So we'll work out to each other to make a perfect Five Nights at Freddy's fan game. And in fact, about Five Nights at Blam's is not exactly a Five Nights at Sonic's inspired game. Well, reason it's because of the textures and something may similar to Five Nights at Sonic's. Yeah, it's because of the shading and the airbrush. But to be fair, this will be I use the textures really well and try to make it my best to feel like you're in a decent game you're in. This game, however, could be based off any fan game I know. So about this game will be apparently based on Bibsies, as you see me play, Five Nights at Freddy's, because I was also going to make a member handbook as to be the first kinda like an ebook game before the playable teaser. I was trying to make a member handbook. Shout out to Ryan, the creators of Five Nights at Freddy's. Of course, I could credit him because he made the really creative idea to use the member handbook instead of a phone call. Yes. Every FNAF fan game could have a member handbook before the game starts. And of course, in the fourth game known as to be the third installment, because in the second game it has 2 chapters. The third game could be, instead of a member handbook, you will have the diary, because in the diary will be the guide that you are playing as a kid. I cannot say because I just wanna tease out the sequels because I was looking forward to the first game. Yes, I just wanted to make the lore even. Here's the goal for the game. Just listen. So my goal for the game is to feel like the player was watching a movie, just like One Night at Potatoes Remastered. It's kind of a little controversial because of the camera and something, because of, I cannot say, but it's still a good game because of it has the exact body horror. Yes, but I cannot say a lot of things, but it was really good because it felt like you're watching a horror movie while you're playing a Five Nights at Freddy's game. And it has puzzles. And the funny part is from the One Night Potatoes Remastered is where he entered the clay place and met the biggest creature that inspires the Studio Ghibli. But as I looked on it, it felt like still I replayed, it's just the character. Okay. Now on to the Five Nights at Blam's topic. Yes, the goal, it feels like you're playing a game while it feels like you're watching a movie, and also playing a interactive novel game. It's like a novel game. Yes, it's like a graphic novel game. Of course, to continue that, yes, this will be look like a story game, because yes, this game has a story where you are just, the manager is having his own job, his friends were disappeared or some incidents have occurred, and the killer just has been not around, and I cannot say a lot. But anyways, about the game. This is not a Five Nights at Sonic's fan game, but if you take this too seriously, I'm very sorry. But that's okay, I know your feeling. But to make this straight, this game is based from both Big C's Five Nights at Charles, known as to be Nightmare at Charles, some other games that inspired, and the Return to Freddy's, and mostly some other fan games that I was interested. It has the little inspiration from Five Nights at Freddy's because sometimes the jump scare space would change, would kinda slightly reference to One Night at Flumpty's. My character is referenced to One Night at Flumpty's because Blam Alexander has a son named Birthday Boy Blam, who was known as to be Fanon. Because it's not really canon, I call that a Fanon because it's just knows. But anyways, sorry for confusing, but I hope you enjoy this explanation of the game. I was talking about why I make a FNAF fan game. It's because I just wanted to try it out. And anyways, see ya. Sorry for confusing, but to be honest, peace out. See ya!